The season starts off with a really, really bad episode. Probably the worst episode of The Flash ever. But after that, it's a strong season. Some of the standout episodes are Enter Zoom, that's the best one, Running to a Standstill, The Reverse Flash Returns, The Runaway Dinosaur, and The Race of His Life. The main villain of the season is Zoom, or Hunter Solomon, or Jay Garrick, played by Teddy Sears. And before his reveal, he was an amazing villain. He was super scary and menacing. Like, he was physically so scary, and his voice was pretty dope. But after his reveal, he was still a good villain, but not as good. Teddy Sears does a great job, but I liked Zoom before, when he was still, masked. Zoom's out of nowhere plan at the end of the season was pretty weird, but it feels like that's a common trend for the Flash villains. In Season 1, Reverse Flash's plan to go back to the future was set up, but the actual plan to use Barry to go back to the future was out of nowhere. Savitar's plan to be thread throughout time was completely out of nowhere. Spread. And Zoom's plan to destroy most of the multiverse was out of nowhere. Grant Gustin is still great as the Flash, but he doesn't have as many strong emotional scenes in this season. But that's not his fault, it's the writer's fault, but still, he's great. The supporting characters are just as good as Season 1, if not better. Cisco is still hilarious, and I really liked his storyline of discovering his powers, but his romance with Kendra was actually terrible. Harry Wells replaces the evil Wells, and I actually liked him better. He's funny, useful, and has a great dynamic with Cisco, just like the other two Wells do. Joe doesn't do much, but I do think it's better when he's more in the back as the character. He's should just be a cop and a father. I didn't like Keenan Lonsdale as Wally West. He's not a good actor and is written very bitchy. And that sucks, since Wally West used to be my favorite superhero from the Justice League TV show. And first of all, this Wally looks nothing like that one. And second of all, he acts nothing like him. He's not sarcastic. He's just always so bitchy. Caitlin is just there patching up some injuries and going on some dates with quote-unquote Jay. But I think that's just like Joe. I like her more in the back, where doesn't have her own big storyline, except for in Season 3 when she's Killer Frost. But in this one, she's not Killer Frost. So, in this season, I liked Iris this season. Her storyline in this season of being a journalist and helping Joe deal with Wally was pretty good, and also the drama with her and Barry was pretty well done. This season introduces the multiverse to the Arrowverse, and whenever we went to Earth 2, not only when Barry and Cisco or whatever went to Earth 2, but when the show went to Earth 2, it was really exciting, and it was cool to see all the Earth 2 doppelgangers and evil counterparts. And just like in time travel in Season 1, it's not a big deal now, but back then it was a huge deal. We got the multiverse. Something I didn't like about this season, and that Arrow Season 3 had a problem with, is that sometimes the characters can be so stupid. Really, really dumb. My biggest example is when Barry gives Zoom his speed. Why? Why do you do that? Zoom wasn't even holding Wally anymore. You're faster than him. What, because you're the hero, you can't double-cross the bad guy? Come on. So stupid. It was so stupid that it left a bad taste in my mouth, and throughout the rest of the season, whenever something bad happened, I was like, yeah, that wouldn't have happened if you didn't give up your speed to Zoom. In conclusion, this season was not as good as the first. It had an incredible villain until the reveal where he turned into a really good villain. The multiverse aspect was really exciting. The supporting character had great storylines, but the characters can be so stupid that it makes this season a little bit worse. I give this season an 8.9 out of 10. Although it has some issues, it was overall a very strong season. Anyway, let me know what you thought about the season in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for my review of Season 3.